I live by myself, 17 years old, and I'm sitting in this small tiny room by myself, given 10 minutes to make this decision.
That's one of the hardest decisions in my life, right? Nobody really understands, even to this day. Nobody. Innocent people plead guilty not out of ignorance, but out of fear. I mean, you are afraid that you're gonna lose the one thing you want in your life.
I was 26 years old. I was not ready to die. I was ready to give up. But I pleaded guilty because it also said
Here I live by myself, 17 years old, and I'm sitting in this small tiny room by myself, given 10 minutes to make this decision.
Okay, glory to the eternal living God. Blessed be his word, blessed be his might, blessed be his truth, blessed be his rod and his staff, for they both bring me comfort. For his rod is to heal thine body, and for his rod is to heal the many nations. Glory to the eternal living God. Now, the topic at hand, peace and blessings. It's your brother Israel. I'm here in the house that God has made. Now, the topic is right now why a lot of black people, they get, when they go to court, they get the book thrown at them. They don't get fair trials if they don't have lawyers or if they don't have the money. I gotta tell y'all the truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to give you the truth so you can understand. For my older brothers, especially for my younger brothers, you really need to listen and understand. For my younger sisters, you need to put your thinking cap on and listen to what I'm telling you, because it is the truth. Now, if you don't know your brother Jehosa, I worked for Fresno Superior Court for about 6 years or so. And in the process of working for Fresno Superior Court, I learned a lot about the system. Your brother, I had to clean from the top of the jail cells, because there's jail cells inside. When you go to court, in the back is jail cells back there. So I had to clean the judge's chamber. I know all the judges in my county. You know what I'm saying? There's only one of them that did me dirty on a case. He tried to get me to plead guilty, but I was innocent. You know what I'm saying? They was all like, well, you could plead no contest. I was like, nah, but then they scare people, because if you plead innocent and you lose, you get more time. You know what I'm saying? You get more time. So it's like, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. I had to clean the courtrooms, you know what I'm saying, from the first, but then they had B2 all the way to the 8th floor. So it was a total of 10 floors, only 8 of them that was open to the public. But your brother Israel, I had to clean all that stuff. I had to get in good with the Fresno, the police department. I had to get in good with the sheriff department. You know what I'm saying? That's why when they see me and then my children, when they mess up, they go extremely hard on my children, because they know me and they know I don't stand for nothing like that. But let's get back to topic. So I know all of them, family, where I come from. I know every single last one of them by name, on a personal level, friend level, as in some of these police officers called me over to their house. Some of these judges called me over their house. But I had to clean, at that specific job, I had to clean the jewelry rooms. It could be up to 4 jewelry rooms on each level of the court. And they got bathrooms in it, men in bathrooms. So I had to clean the jewelry room, the men in the bathroom. I had to go to the judge's chamber. I had to clean his room. You know what I'm saying? I had to clean his room. And then I had to turn around and clean his bathroom. Then I had to clean the places where they hold the inmates on the level. So it's like a little jail. I had to clean those jail. I'm the only black man that you know to where I had keys to open up the jail. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, family, this is how I was in the game. I was there for a long time. Not only did I have keys to the courthouse, I had keys to the Fresno jail. I could just walk in there anytime I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know how integrated I was in the system, because I know what I'm talking about. Now, That was my job. I gained a lot of information about the courtroom, the court trials, all of that stuff. It's sad when you in my line of business and at one point you see all your family going to jail. I tell them, please don't let me see you at my job. They laugh it off. And then I see them doing that duck walk in the hallway because they have the prisoners chained from their legs and their hand, and they got a shuffled walk. I said, this is what I tell them at the family reunion, and I tell them on the holidays, don't come to my job. I don't want to see you doing that little duck walk going to trial, but they don't listen. Now, ever since I was 21, when they started calling me for jewelry trials, y'all gotta understand, the only reason why they don't let y'all out like that, because they're not gonna let people like me on the trial. I'm gonna set you free. Me and your brothers and sisters that's my age, that got a good record, that we ain't going to prison or jail or nothing like that. I beat all them charges. They can't put none of that stuff on me. You know what I'm saying? My record is clean. So they called me in for the jury trial. Any and every single time they called me for a jury trial, I sit up there for hours and they let me go. As soon as I start talking to them, they was like, oh, hell no. He gonna have sympathy for the plaintiff. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have sympathy for the prisoner, and he gonna let him go. They right. People like us, they're not gonna have us on those trials like that. And to prove my point, I live in Chicago now. All the times that they called me for a jury's trial, they looked at me, they let me go. Why is that? Because they're not gonna have your people on your trial. You're supposed to be judged by 12 peers, meaning 12 people that is of your age, of your background. They don't do that. They don't do that here in America. You know what I'm saying? And I can say that because I'm in Chicago now, and it's the same bull. It's the same SHIT here as it is over there. All the good black people that they could have on a trial, they're going to send their ass home, and they're not going to let them be on that trial to set you free, brother. Sister, are you listening? If you get into trouble, you're not going to be judged by 12 of your peers, 12 other black women. They're not going to do that. All the good black women, they're going to send them home, and they're going to have nothing but white women in there, and they're going to judge you severely. See, me, I remember I was on the one judge, Judge Dennis Miller, was sitting there, and he was questioning me. He was asking me all these dumbass questions. I seen the video. I seen what happened. I seen the charges that old boy was facing. And me, for myself, I'm thinking that the court system is they running him over. You know what I'm saying? They're railroading him to get him locked up because they need to fill up them damn prisons. The prisons got a quota just like the cops got a quota to lock your ass up. They got a quota in the prison to get as many people in there as possible. So who was ever on that trial, they wanted his ass bad to go to prison. It didn't matter that he wasn't wrong. In fact, half of the people in prison right now, I'm going to tell you right now, they didn't even do it. They got ran over by the damn system. And since I watched the system for over 6 years, I can tell you about it. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to have brothers like me be on your trial, brother. They're going to have 12 other white men that's a little bit older than you they're going to demonize you and max you out in prison. It's going to happen. You better get your stuff together. Sister, they're not going to pick 12 other sisters of your age to listen to your story. They're going to pick 12 other white women or Hispanic women, and they're going to railroad you. This is why black people don't get off. This is why it's so many different black people that go to jail, because they don't have a fair trial. Ain't nothing fair about none of that stuff. They want your people in prison. They want them bodies. They want that money. They want them extra jobs to go out for the sheriff, the department, not the counselors, but the lawyers and the DAs. All of that got to be funded in some type of way. And I'm sorry to my brothers and sisters, Negroes of America, that falls on you. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, you don't even have to be doing nothing wrong, and they still gonna throw that damn book at you. I remember on my trial, they tried to get me to plead guilty, and I didn't do nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even do nothing wrong. And they was like, man, if you try to fight this trial, they gonna give you like 7 years in prison. But if you just take this plea, you just take this time, this 3 years right here, and you will walk free. That's why I'm telling my brothers and sisters, they're not gonna let us get you out of jail. Sister, your other sisters over there, they'll get you out of jail, but they're not gonna pick them for that trial. This system that you in is the mark of the beast, and they want that superiority over your people. They want us to fill up them damn prisons so it could be more money generated in the economy, more jobs put in the market. So, okay, you don't believe me, brother? You don't believe me, sister? The next trial you see if it's a black man sitting up there and there's other 12 other black men sitting there telling him, yeah, we need to lock this Hebrew up. He need to go to jail. This Negro is bad. Sister, you don't believe me? Next time you see the court cases, a real one, look at the people at the trial and the jury duty. And it's sad. It is the saddest thing about this. We know better than that. Anytime I went to jury duty, if you don't go to jury duty, they'll find you contempt of the court and put a warrant out for your arrest. So we damned if we do. We'll be in the hot water just like you if we don't come. We have to come. You know what I'm saying? If we don't come, they gonna issue out a warrant out for our arrest, and they gonna give us a fat fine of like $2,500 or something that we cannot pay. So we gotta go. You know what I'm saying? It's just a fact. When we get there, they gonna tell us to go home. We could play the game however they want to play it. We could say all the right stuff to try to trick the judge, but the judge is going to look at us and our background, and he know, brother. He knows, sister, we want to set you free. They're not going to let you free.
We are innocent until proven guilty, not the other way around. Do not let any court system think that you have something to prove. They have to prove that you're guilty. You have nothing to prove. You don't have to prove that you're innocent because you know you're innocent. So whenever any of us get locked up, we need to plead the fifth because we're not guilty. They have to prove that you're guilty. Stop incriminating yourself. Stop giving them anything to try to tie you to this, tie you to that. Don't say nothing. Let these folks, you're innocent, so let them do their job. You're innocent until proven guilty. Remember that. God, always listen and always pray to God and let Him know what's going on and tell Him that you're sorry for whatever you did to get locked up. But stop letting these courts make you think you're guilty until proven innocent. That's not true. You're innocent until proven guilty.
Sister, I'm so happy you came on this show because I sure think my brothers and the sister, I think they not listening. Sister, you gonna have to tell our people again because God said that we have a hard heart and we're stiff-necked. That's what He said. So they gonna try to play like they didn't understand what you said, and then they gonna be up in that court and they gonna listen to them people, and the people gonna be sitting over there telling them, oh, just plead guilty, just plead guilty. We're gonna get you a lower charges. Don't listen to them. Sister, thank you for coming on the show again, but I think you gotta say it again for our people because our people have a hardened heart and they got a stiff neck.
We are innocent until proven guilty, not the other way around. Do not let any court system think that you have something to prove. They have to prove that you're guilty. You have nothing to prove. You don't have to prove that you're innocent because you know you're innocent. So whenever any of us get locked up, we need to plead the fifth because we're not guilty. They have to prove that you're guilty. Stop incriminating yourself. Stop giving them anything to try to tie you to this, tie you to that. Don't say nothing. Let these folks, you're innocent, so let them do their job. You're innocent until proven guilty. Remember that. God, always repent and always pray to God and let Him know what's going on and tell Him that you're sorry for whatever you did to get locked up. But stop letting these courts make you think you're guilty until proven innocent because that's not true. You're innocent until proven guilty.